Well, we talked about the potential driving forces of civilization.
Yes.
So let's think of civilization as society.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's me alone, that's not a civilization. The minimum unit for the dawn of civilization would be interaction between two people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then what's the nature of interaction between two people? Well, it's sacrifice. And the reason for that is that if I want to establish a relationship with you, even in the moment, but especially one that continues voluntarily and continues to develop upward, then that relationship has a pattern. And the pattern is one of sacrifice. In the simplest possible form, that would be the establishment of a game between two children. And the game is predicated on taking turns. First you, then me. Well, the fact that sometimes it's you is a sacrificial offering on my part. I'm offering my primacy. I'm sacrificing my primacy for the sake of the relationship. Well, so we sacrifice to other people to invite them into our circle. But that's not where the sacrificial process stops, because as we become wiser and mature, we sacrifice the present to the future. That's almost a definition of maturity, right? That's the ability to forego gratification and the ability to regulate hedonistic whim in keeping with its iterated consequences out into an indefinable future. Now, how far should that future extend? Well, the future that Abraham contemplates is infinitely multi-generational, for example. Like God offers Abraham the opportunity to become the father of untold nations for an indefinite amount of time. And the reason for that is Abraham establishes a sacrificial pattern of adventure that optimizes, you could say, optimizes the probability of survival across the longest possible period of time. So you sacrifice to the other in a relationship, you sacrifice the present to the future. When you're attending to the world, you sacrifice as well, because when you attend to any one thing, which you have to do to attend, you prioritize it, you put it at the pinnacle, then everything else that isn't that is sacrificed. And that's already a kind of implicit monotheism in every perceptual act.
But I wonder whether we're equivocating a bit here in how we understand sacrifice. I mean, the sort of classical or anthropological way of thinking about it is, I don't know, I mean, I haven't done a lot of work on this or a lot of reading about it, but my sense is that it's a mechanism to contain violence within a society, to channel it, to channel the violence.
Well, that's the Girardian view.
Well, yes, but you could also look, you don't have to take the mimetic desire approach that
Well,
Girard
it is a way of containing aggression. Because,
so I'm not denying that. I'm saying that that's probably the sort of standard, kind of textbook way of thinking about it in terms of, at scale. But you're introducing something, a slightly different perspective. You're saying
it's wider perspective.
Sacrifice is something, it's more like self-giving or a sort of self-constraint as a part of recognition
it's an upward offering.
Of the other.
Well,
but you see them as brought those two senses as broadly continuous.
Yes. Well, look. With regards to the control of aggression, let's say, children can play or fight. If they play, they don't have to fight. The play is sacrificial. If it's play, it's, for example, if a little boy asks a little girl to play, he'll say, do you want to play house or car, let's say? Okay, well, that's a very particular kind of statement. First of all, it involves want, right? Is this something you would voluntarily engage in? Otherwise, it's not play. And then she has to have a choice of the game. Okay, now the game sets a frame, right? And it's a frame of mutual interaction. Now, as long as the alignment of the players within the game is maintained, there's no reason for aggression. That's not sublimation or inhibition of aggression. That would be more like a Freudian model or a model of Rousseau or Hobbes, that aggression is inhibited by socialization. That's certainly a Rousseauian perspective. It's inhibited. It's clamped down on, and we need to be free. It's like, that's not right at all. If we establish the proper frame of play, aggression is now subdued. It's put it because we could set up an extremely competitive and even near violent game, right? It could be intensely competitive. Well, that means the aggression is integrated. It's not even sublimated, it's integrated because it's put in its proper place. Now, the sacrificial element in that is that, well, it's not about me, not all the time. There's at least reciprocity in it. And so you could imagine that the hallmarks of civilization are twofold. The fundamental hallmarks is, one would be, I sacrifice the present to the future. And then the next would be, I sacrifice my own subjugation to my immediate whims to the benefits of social being at multiple levels simultaneously. So I have a wife, I have friends, I have children. Now that's all sacrificial because it's not about me, but the gain is long-term and productive and expansive, but that's the nature of civilization.